Alright people, followers that are still following me, -3. It's went down 4. I'm like, the fuck have I done? I'm like, shit, I haven't said one of them. Are one of them Darren G's fans? Or one of them somebody else, like a fan like Sean Atwood or something like that? Oh, fuck. Oh no. Well good, as long as I've got rid of 4 fucking pedophiles. Fuck yes. Nah, but this one I'm gonna do to stop worrying. People worry too much. They worry about everything and act as if it's catastrophic, you know, as if it's life or death. But back when Marcus Aurelius was sort of like the emperor of Rome, it was the second century, right? 5 million people died of some kind of plague, and like a lot of the powerful people scattered, you know. But Marcus Aurelius, instead of doing that, he fucking like sorted out sort of things like prices for funerals so they can stop piling the bodies up in the streets. He even sold his sort of a lot of his stuff to sort of like fund the army and the recruits. He gave them gladiators into the armies and stuff when the army bodies were piling up. He sold off his possessions and that. What was it for? He sold those possessions off to obviously help the empire, right? Instead of doing what most of the people do when there's a plague and they'll freak out and fuck off. Just like now there's a coronavirus, a lot of people are worrying about that. But worrying isn't going to fucking change it. Worrying is fuck all. Just do stuff like wear your mask and act like fuck all's happening. Enjoy wearing your mask. I mean, hell, it's the only way you can get into a bank just now. I couldn't get into a bank like this before. When I went into a bank like that, they locked the door, they didn't throw me out the door, they locked the door and the shutters went down. And I said, it's not a real gun, it's just my fingers. Bang, bang, see, it's empty. Some of these gullible cunts think this is actually loaded just because I've got guns. Ha! Right? No, but right, so that's what Marcus Aurelius done. He solved problems. It's problem solving. It's got nothing to do with anything else. So, it's like history repeats itself over and over again. We learn to deal with it. You learn to deal with it either from others or through your own mistakes. So, there's a lot of people worried about the corona, like I said, and they're losing their jobs, homes, partners. People are actually going through some of that already, right? Whatever happens, they'll handle it. They always they don't die. They lose the job. Instead of worrying what other people are thinking, right? Go and get another job. Go on the dole and look for a job. While you're on the dole, don't feel bad about it because it's your fucking taxes anyway. Do you know, it's one thing. It annoys me when I'm fucking paying all these taxes for all these fucking junkies jumping about selling drugs, still collecting the dole. So I'm still fucking paying them. And they're jumping about making more money than me. And taking money off me. I'm not joking. I wouldn't mind going out to take money off them, but you know, shit, no, I was going to said that online. I better not, just in case. Nah, I'm not a fanny. I like to share the love. Big up to Sam Walker for all the stuff he does, you know. Who's that other cunt? What's his cunt's name again? He's fucking just going on claiming to rob drug dealers and all that and showing off his watches, going shopping. You're like, ooh, big deal, right? Chopper was funny. At least Chopper had a laugh with it, you know. Even if half the stuff was lies, he was still funny. He didn't just go about showing off his stuff. He showed his tattoos off because they were funny too. He was a funny guy. But this guy, that guy, I can't remember. See, that's all irrelevant is I can't remember his name. I only remember funny people or people who do good things, right? Or people who turn their lives around and do well. I like seeing things like that. But when someone's claiming to like rob these drug dealers that has actually no proof of it or anything, just a phone call of him threatening them, which anyone can do. You phone and threaten someone, aye, of course they're going to be worried on the other side because they don't know who the fuck they're talking about, what's been said, or what's going to happen. They don't know if someone's watching them or not. I do it all the time. It's funny. Sometimes I just say, I'm watching you through the window, like, oh, they'll say, where are you? And I was, not that window. Knowing fine well, they'll be like, what the fucking go and look out the other window. And I'm like, nope, the one above that. And it's so funny, because like, you can hear, I'm actually saying, yeah, I have done that before, you could hear them panicking. I thought, fuck, I better actually do something. I did actually get out of my bed and fucking ran up to where they stayed, and one of my mates who was there drove by in the car dead fast, and what the fuck, he's off his fucking head. I was relying on his car still being there so I could find out this guy stayed. Anyway, that was a true story from the past. I'll tell you one day, it was fucking hilarious. Guy was a dickhead. Deserved it. But it's like, worrying, right? So think about what were you worried about 6 months ago? Can you remember? If you remember, then if you're still worried about it, fucking fix the problem. If you can't fix the problem, there's no point in worrying about it. You know? It's inevitable. If it's inevitable, worrying's not going to change it. Kind of like the coronavirus. You might as well just keep living your life and act as if... Stop watching the media. The media is just scaring you. They're scaring people into worrying. They get worried, they get ill. When you get ill, you think you get coronavirus. You don't have it. Some people, fortunately, they do. It is real. Some people are dying. Very sorry for that, especially for all the family members who've lost someone. But you just got to keep going, don't you? You can't just give up and stop. It's worrying. Worrying is the end of everything. If you worry, that's you, you're screwed. Don't get me wrong, right? A wee bit of worry can be good because it's an alarm. You get a worry, oh, fuck. As soon as you get a worry, you see the problem, you go solve it. It's not a thing's a problem, it's an obstacle for solution, right? So you go and sort that. If it's, well, let's lose your job, get another job. Your flat accidentally burns down, right? I haven't got another flat. It did accidentally burn down, I didn't mean it burned down, right? I fell asleep, I only died 3 times in it. I mean, come on, as if I would do that on purpose and stay in it. No, carry it all and run back in. There's another story I can tell you. You know, I've got loads of stories I can tell you and building up now that I'm feeling more myself rather than a wee bit wasted. I've got a video made up of me before when I was making all the videos. I was always valid up my tits. And then going on and then me just talking about how I end up like that, the suicide attempts, stuff like that, and been filming it. I talk about that in this one. I'm going to upload it. It'll be net, and then it's just basically, I mean, like, you can walk along a beach, there's a guy throwing loads of starfish back into the sea, but they keep washing up, and I'm like, what are you doing that for? It's a waste of time, you'll never see them all. And you picked up one, you threw it in the sea, and he goes, I just saved one, didn't I? And I think it's still a waste of time, but you think about it, as long as you can save one person, you've done good. So I'm telling my stories of when I tried to kill myself stupidly and how my family felt, they reacted and what happened after it. And I thought what I was putting them through, do you know, so I'm hoping that someone might watch that and they'll think as well, and they'll realise and then start doing what I was doing to change it, right? But that's in the next video. This video's about worrying, which I suppose does lead to that as well, but that's in that video, right? But it's like a lot of people worrying, and it's not the end of the world. They're not, if it's a life or death situation, it's like not a saber-toothed tiger's coming for you, or something like that, or a gangster wanting money and he's holding a gun to your head and you're fucking skint, but you'll get your fucking money, right? I'm always joking. He's fuck. He's all bumped. I don't know any money. I'm only kidding on. That was just for entertainment. So anyway, when he goes on about worrying again, you can't remember to worry about the past, which means you've spent so much time worrying over fuck all that's happened, right? You don't want to be that person, do you? You know, what else have I got? I had been footnotes written down just for it, you know, just sort of hanging. But practice mindfulness, aye, because when you practice mindfulness, you're living in the now, the present, because it's the future that you think about when you start worrying. So if you bring yourself and live in the now, you know, you just keep bringing yourself in the now, practice your breathing, give your brain a rest from worrying. you know, or what people are thinking about you. A lot of people are worried about what people think about them. But you think, why? They're probably worried about what you think about them. But if you worry what people are thinking about you, then you're not getting a chance to process things properly and solve your problem. The only way to solve that problem is fuck what they're thinking, do you know, or even saying. You've got to fucking just listen to yourself, you know, look after number one. So if you've got a problem that can be fucking solved, solve it. Don't sit and worry about it, just go and solve it. And afterwards you'll feel much better. But another problem will come up, or obstacle for solution, and you solve that. And it's going to keep happening, because history repeats itself. Life's not just all fucking, as Rocky says, life ain't all fucking sunshine and rainbows. Adrian! Rocky, I got the sunshine and rainbows here. Doesn't matter how hard you punch. Matters how many punches you can take and keep going. Aye, alright, Sylvester Stallone, aye. It's true, but the Rocky movie, some of the stuff he's got in it, watch it, motivational as hell. And it helped me. Do you know what I mean? I'm fine. You know? I do actually have a Twitch, by the way, but I put that one there, but I do have a wee Twitch, and I've got that, we're not gonna, and I don't know where that bit comes from, but came fucking later in life, you know. So I was saying, instead of wondering what an outcome, right, living in the future, living in the future that causes anxiety, stress, worry, there you go. Living in the past that causes depression and stuff, because sometimes you think the good times, you think, oh, why can't I have the good times again, or I think the bad times, you start fucking feeling low again. So you're living in the now, right in the present, just concentrating your breathing. Your body's natural state is joy. You gotta keep practicing it. It's meditation, go for a walk, when you're eating dinner, just focus on what you're eating and chewing and take your time. Slow down. You see more things when you slow down. I mean, like, I seen a stop sign when I slowed down once, and this time I didn't run the person over. I'm only joking. I did. I hit them in the car, but they weren't dead. It's a joke again. Man, people might start believing me and think, this guy's not right. But I'm no wrong either. You know? But life's too short, right? Life is too short to sit and worry. You know? You gotta get out there and live your life. Take what's there and go and enjoy it. So what if you lose your job? So what if you lose your car? So what if you lose your mortgage or something like that? Other people are going through that shit too. Fuck the 1%ers that are up there making all the money. They've got their issues, they've got their problems, they're depressed as fuck. Some of them are famous people, they kill themselves and stuff. Comedians, I think comedians are putting on a front of it to be funny because they're really depressed and anxious underneath. I mean, look at Robin Williams, hung himself. There's other comedians that have killed themselves. Rock stars have killed themselves. It's not always through drugs. It's a lot of them take drugs because they've got problems. A lot of things, it's drugs. Like, a lot of people take drugs because they've got fucking trauma. I took drugs because I've got PTSD from a stabbing, from a car crash, from a house fire, from an overdose, from all my mates dying. Quite a lot of them died. You know, the car crash wasn't me running people over, right? That was a collision car crash. And the house fire, I was watching Up in Smoke too, and I fucking fell asleep as well. You know, how fucking ironic is that? And it's true. My life's just all fucking mental stories that are funny. Hell, when I was stabbed, I remember looking down thinking, fucking brand new Scotland top. It sliced all the way down there. Because you see the scar, you know. Another one down there. I was stabbed in the back of the head. I just thought they were punches at the time. I remember thinking, fuck, these cunts are harder than I thought. So I up my ante and fucking kicked fuck out of them. They ran away. Turned out my Scotland top had 17 slices in it. I was only slashed 5 times. Stanley knife, I was like, fucking hell, man. There's 2 of them, I know. People say when they said they came out the pub and they just see me ragdoll. I was like, well, Alan doesn't need any help. They didn't know I was getting stabbed fuck off. But anyway, I got the guy back. Nearly killed him, thanks to the help of a steel skip. Left him a puddle of his own blood. I was wanting him to die. I wish he did die now. Because further down the line, my best mate Martin, I'm not going to say his second name, I won't say names in this. My best mate died of an overdose at his hands. And he wasn't into this stuff, he wasn't doing all that, he was kind of losing it a bit, right? We got Martin since before the CIA were after him, so he was easily led, and then that went and happened. So, I'm after that guy again. Anyway, that's the doorbell going. I thought it was my counsellor. My counsellor's home visits now. It's quite good. But anyway, life's too short, you know, choices in made in the now, rewarded later. Brains worry now, about what'll happen later. You know, but fuck all that. Living now. You know, in. Another good way to stop worrying is by helping others. Help others, you help yourself. Because when you're helping others, you're forgetting about your problems and you're helping them get over their problems. Then once you do that, you realise you can get over your problems and you have your problems. So once again, I've said problems so many times, but remember, problems do not exist. I hope he's watched this to the duration. I hope he's watched it through. I hope he's had a wee laugh at me, because this is me normal. Not fucking on my medication or anything where I'm fucking slurring my words and stuff. My boss told me to do videos normal and look back to the other videos where I was like, right, yeah, and see what it was like. And then I did do that and I thought, oh Christ, I can't even make out what I'm saying there. No wonder people are saying what you're saying, and the subtitles are coming up with different words, you know. Anyway, going to love yous and leave yous, people. Just remember, there's no such thing as a problem, it's an obstacle for a solution. If you worry, you die. If you don't worry, you're still going to die. So what's the fucking point in worrying? If it's inevitable, fuck it, screw it and do it. You can't worry, because it's not going to change it. If you can, if it's a problem, it will be fixed. It's not a problem again, remember? Screw it and do it. There you go. Solve it, right? Anyway, peace out, people. This is me just talking normal. I'm sorry it's been 17 minutes, but I hope it's been 17 minutes of you going, he's got a point. He has got a point. Catch you later, guys.